of victory and the agony of defeat.
I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
Just win, baby.
You've crossed the Rubicon into the lands of opportunity.
Hello everyone, I'm your host, Ceci, a Year 3 student studying in product engineering with marketing. In this episode, we will hear from two high-performance athletes at PolyU. One who has been doing Judo for 19 years, competing on the international stage and somehow found time to study for a PhD. Our second guest has been rowing for 7 years, competing at top levels whilst managing many challenges. It is a lovely episode for people who are curious about high-level athletes at PolyU and the road they have traveled. Welcome, Tony and Kouer. Thank you for crossing over the Rubicon.
Woohoo!
All right, let's start with your journey. To kick things off, Tony,
Okay.
please introduce yourself and share what got you into your specific sports.
Okay.
Judo.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony. It's my third year as a PolyU student studying PhD, and now I'm also an judo athlete. And I started off judo in primary school, second year, and then actually at that time I was practicing multiple sports like rugby, table tennis. But I got a chance and I won some medals in the local competition, and this got me to the junior squad. And then I just followed the path and then compete for the senior team.
Wow, so that's a very long journey.
Yeah, like
Right.
19 years. Right.
Yeah, and then Tony, you're tall. So then I think judo fits you much more than table tennis.
Yeah, table tennis for me is just not for me. Yeah, I like the freedom when I step on the mat. Like I can move freely, doing different techniques, be creative. Yeah, that's the charm of judo for me.
How about Kouer? Would you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, this is Kouer. I'm currently a rowing athlete representing PolyU and Hong Kong, and also I'm a Year 3 PhD student in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. And my case is a little bit different from Tony. I just started my rowing when I entered the university. So up to now, it's around 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, so for athletes, that might not be too long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, especially normally rowers start at 12 or 13.
Yeah. But for Kouer, what is the spark or the passion for you to choose rowing?
Maybe we call it a coincidence. Before I entered the university, I planned to do some basketball. But the first year in the university, the basketball team, they don't have the plan for recruitment. So, however, at the same time, rowing, they are trying to promote themselves. So I choose them.
Tony and Kouer, what is one thing that you like about this sport so much? What fascinates you?
Freedom on the mat, like I mentioned before. Like when I step on the mat and when the bout starts, I can do whatever I want. Yes, I can move freely, and then the ultimate goal is to throw down people and then lock him down. I think I really enjoy this process, no matter winning or losing at the end. And nowadays, it's very hard for you to get into a fight with a people, but I think it's some kind of natural instinct for us.
It's a legal fight for you.
Yes, legal fight, totally legal. Yes, and I enjoy it a lot. But after that, we bow, we respect each other. So I think this is one of the values that judo taught me throughout the process.
Okay, so I have to be respectful to Tony, or else I'm dangerous.
No. I won't be punching outside of the mat. Yeah.
For me, I enjoy the peace.
Peace.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we can feel the peace on the water, especially when the water condition very smooth water, and we could feel the kind of balance between them. That is the balance of yourself, the balance of and the lake and the river. I like this kind of feeling.
And also the cooperation with your teammates?
Sometimes, but as we know, rowing, we sometimes row in single, in double. That's different.
Okay. And then as an athlete, the journey can have ups and downs. So would you share with us some of the biggest hurdles that you faced?
Okay, you just remind me that actually I moved up a weight class to 81 from 73 like 3 years before. And then before I fought at 73, I need to cut like 7 kilos within 7 days. And I think it's a really big challenge for me. And at that time, I was really struggling for the diet and training, because when you don't eat enough, you don't have enough energy to move. And I think there was one time I have 2 competitions in 2 weeks. So I need to lose my weight for 7 kilos for twice in 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it was hard and not healthy at all, actually.
How about Kouer?
Most biggest hurdle for me, or kind of regret for me, is before I came to Hong Kong. The COVID, yes, just between the years of 2000, the COVID between the years of 2020 to 2022. In these 2 or 3 years, I haven't trained very well, very regular, and moreover, at that time there was a chance for the World University Games. Yes, I always dreamed of to be there since many years ago. But when I really got the chance to go there, I win the others in the selection races. However, the COVID came, and the whole games was cancelled due to the COVID. And after 2 years, the race starts again. However, at that time, I'm not an undergraduate anymore.
Oh, so you're too old.
Yeah, too old.
Which means you face your challenges during the pandemic, and because of that, you lost a great chance to represent China and go for the World Championship.
Not the world champion, is the
World University Championship.
for university, and I have to be a undergraduate student at that time. So now I don't have that chance again.
Any other unexpected obstacles you faced during your undergraduate years?
I might think every athlete would got injuries, and during my undergraduate, I also got injuries on my back, on my waist, and but however, it's not that severe. And one of my teammates of my university, she got a severe injury on her waist, and after that, she never appeared in the team.
Oh,
Yeah, that's very terrible, I think.
Career ending.
Yeah, of course, ending.
oh, glad that you guys are still athletes. and I know, Tony, you have faced injuries too,
Yes, actually,
but you're still here.
Yeah, I dislocate my knees cap for like 4 times.
4 times.
2 times for left and 2 times for the right.
Didn't
And
you leave the team?
I didn't, but I frustrating at that time. And the first time was okay, and I would talk to myself, oh, it's okay, it's not gonna be the next time if I recover well, I perform the rehab program good. But after that, it happens again, and I got my second times, my kneecap pop out when I was trying doing the back flip. But now after dislocating 4 times in a row, and then I try to overcome it, like both physically and psychologically, because you were always afraid to get hurt, and it's much better now.
And then after hearing you guys' stories, it not only involves physical recovery, but also it involves mental growth, so that you guys can focus more on self-discovery during this challenge.
Yes, I think when you do sport, you know yourself a lot better bit by bit during the whole journey. Like when I was young, I was very anxious about competition. I was afraid to fight. When you step on the mat, you face off to the opponent, and his eyes looking at you, and you're looking at him. It was kind of scary. Like the first time I competing in Thailand for the Asian Championship, and I face off a Kazakhstan people, and I'm at like age 12, and 12, and he was at the same age with me, but he got so much body hair on his chest and
That's detailed.
and chin, and I was like, is it really 12 years old? And then my legs was shaking, I started to sweat a lot, and the coach was laughing at me at that time, and then I step out, and then I think I got KO by him like in 50 seconds.
How long you last?
50 seconds.
50
Really?
seconds. How
Yeah.
long does it usually last for a competition?
One bout for like 4 minutes, but we have a golden score, which means unlimited time until you get a score. Yeah.
Oh. Tony, did you cry when the hairy boy beats you?
No, but
Are you sure?
I didn't. I swear to God. Yeah,
Really?
but because that was my first international appearance and I did not have any expectation and I was actually don't know what is happening there and it ends too fast. But one thing I realized was that the judo world is very cruel.
Yeah. So, no expectation, no disappointment.
Yeah.
Kouer, have you ever feel frustrated, like you want to give up when you lost games, like Tony?
Last year, September, in Uzbekistan, I was rowing in the Asian Championships with my teammates in the double sculling. Actually, I'm so anxious before the race. I can't sleep. I trying to keep talking to her about the strategy tomorrow, about that. And
Grabbing her,
yeah,
not letting her sleep.
and she is like, oh, what's wrong with you? Yes, she think I'm so anxious, and actually I think maybe I'm right. And during the race we compete with the guys from Iran for around 90% of the race. We just go together, and in
Wow.
the last 200 meter or even 100 meter we lost. Yes, because they have a really good match, and we are not like this cooperate very well.
When we face challenges, we often feel anxious and we feel terrible when we lost.
Yeah.
Any tips for our students to overcome challenges, especially when you're nervous?
Actually, I think a lot about anxious like 3 years ago because I was struggling and I was fear of losing a lot. And then I found out that actually I focusing too much on the win and lose. But eventually I think now I think of winning or losing is just a byproduct of the competition. Yeah. What is most essential or the essential component in a competition is how you perform, like the match.
Focusing on the present will help you relieve your stress.
Yes. And then whenever I go out for a fight, that you clean up and you wait for the fight, I will do some deep breathing, and then I will tell myself, okay, you can do it. You got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. And then I think it helps me a lot in alleviate my fear. Yeah.
You guys, you have so many competitions. You guys are time management master. How would you able to settle all these things? Academics, social, sports?
Yes, I got a lot of things to do in a day. I usually get up at 5 and go to
5?
yeah.
I'm not even woken up.
Because Hong Kong team usually start their first session at 6, and after that around 9 I go to PolyU for my day in study, and around 5 to 6 I will go back to Sport Institute for the second session of training. So around 12 hours between the two sessions. Maybe for me, how to manage both the academic and the sports, maybe I have to pick something really important, especially in academic. I have to do the most important things and to maybe sometimes try to give up something that was less important.
Prioritize tasks.
Yeah, that's it.
And for me, I think it's about learn to say no to all the not important things in your life, because like when you got into undergrad, you got much more free time compared to your high school, primary school. And then people comes at you like, oh, join this club, join this society, come to have a drink with us, many things. And maybe, and we reject anything aside of academic. So I think it's about learn to say no to the things that is not essential. Yeah.
See, that's how important our podcast is, because they both say yes to the podcast. All right?
Yes. Gotta say yes.
They make time for this. All right. Then, guys, life is tough when it comes to chasing a dream and passion. But let us get real about actually surviving.
Okay.
You need money, right?
Yeah.
Scholarship. Do you ever feel like there's enough of support, financial support for you guys and athletes?
You want to go first?
Okay, for me, the case is a little bit complicated because I'm not a permanent resident of Hong Kong. So in the sport institutes, I don't get any scholarship. However, luckily, I got scholarship from PolyU as a research postgraduate student. This is a normal stipend for almost all the research postgraduate student. For example, for PhD, there's one no 19,000. It's about 19,000 Hong Kong dollars for every monthly stipend. That's from the school. But it's no relation with the sport itself. It's for every research student.
Oh, so because you have a smart brain, that's why you got the money, not because you're an athlete.
As a PhD student, this is also the main reason for why I came to Hong Kong.
Oh. Any offers to you guys, student athletes, like dorm?
Yep, like when I was in high school and my academic, I didn't do well actually in academic, but I got passed for the DSE. And then I was desperate at that time and I got a chance, the sports scholarship from by the university, and I got into it. And then they gave me a dorm and like 10,000 per month, per year, not per month. And then
You wish.
Yeah, but for bachelor student, you got less financial pressure. But once you finish bachelor, I think the financial pressure pile up. Like I need to work, and at the first few years, I didn't get any support from the sport institute, so I need to do some coaching work to survive.
So that's a myth that students, athletes actually have money to survive by school, because we general public thinks that you guys have money supporting so that you guys can study, can do sports.
I don't think we do, but maybe some athletes, they get to waive the tuition fee, but some don't.
Okay. Let us move on. You guys are professional, experienced athletes. As we wrap up, what final thoughts or tips do you have for young athletes considering pursuing sports, especially those considering joining school sports team?
Oh, it's never too late to join it. Because for me, I joined my rowing team and get to know my sports even at the age of 17.
Yeah.
So
It's never late to bloom.
Yeah.
Tony?
Okay, I would say don't quit. Like, for me, like I got my first international medal like after practicing like 12 years. And for many of you, like you don't get success like very early. If you are one of the late bloomer, so I would say don't quit.
And you are the perfect example.
Yeah, I dislocated my knees 4 times and I lost a lot of battle, but I didn't quit.
Great words to live by. Unfortunately, it's time for us to quit the episode now. And all the best to your sports career. And thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
thank you.
And we'll see you on the other side.